A few minutes later, the police arrive.
Well, allegedly somebody confessed to talking to a magistrate.
The constable listens as the lay advisor explains he has asked for the magistrate's oath and there has been no breach of the peace.
The women uphold the common law. But I think the one in continue because it is a sort of public place. I don't like you because you're actually formed by a sense of duty to the advocate.
The constable has been asked by the lay advisor to honour his oath, which he does. He is now upholding the law of the land and acting as a peace officer. The constable explains the situation to his men and asks them to stand down. However, the sergeant claims that the court belongs to the magistrates, which is untrue.
Breaching the common law offence is what I'm saying. Yes, it is. Okay. I need to prove, and I have a lawful right under common law to prove that the person who gave that order has the lawful authority to give that order by seeing their oath. Because in order to give an order in a court of law in this country, you must have sworn an oath. And in respect of you enforcing that order, because you would be then in breach of your right. Oh, please do that. That's a constable. Yeah, no, and please don't take that first. I don't intend to.
All the officers in yellow are sympathetic to the lay advisor and honouring their duty to uphold the common law.
I will leave with no violence or anything. I will walk of our own accord. But obviously we will then take them on.
Lay advisor asks for the written order from the magistrates to be produced before he leaves the court. Sergeant agrees and goes to get the order.
We respect them as human beings. Sergeant,
20 minutes later, Sergeant returns without a written order.
You can pick that up.
The sergeant keeps implying that the Law Society will investigate any grievance. The sergeant returned twice more, without the written order. Mr. Stephen Barry, the legal fiction, the birth certificate, is once again produced in court for and on the record.
For on the record, I place Stephen Barry in front of the court. Does anybody in this courtroom prepared to identify themselves as Stephen Barry?
Lay advisor informs clerk Stephen Barry has been presented to the court for and on the record.
Nobody in this room now is Stephen Barry. Would you like me to bring Mr. Stephen Barry to the court, sir? And you call him one on the time. Stephen Barry. Sir, I respect Mr. Stephen Barry. Would you come to the court? But officers, all these people who are not answering to them Stephen Barry did not stand when asked to do so. The magistrate took that as a mark.
The clerk asks for those who did not stand to leave or be removed. The constables honour their oaths by not responding to the clerk's orders.
This is Mr. Stephen Barry. He's a legal fiction created by You've been asking the court. I called Stephen Barry. Mr. Stephen Barry is in the court.
Lay advisor keeps telling the clerk Mr. Stephen Barry is in the court.
Is that criminal conversation? Is that criminal conversation? Have you said anything?
Lay advisor asks for the written order and states again that Mr. Stephen Barry is in the court.
He's been presented to the court. Thank you, sir. Who do you say?
We are still waiting for the magistrates to produce a written order. However, time is money, and the council's solicitor, although being paid a small fortune, is getting restless.
I'm now recovering Mr. Stephen Barry on the court. Sorry? This is Mr. Stephen Barry here.
Sergeant returns for the last time with no written order. Lay advisor asks once again for a written order. Yes or no would suffice, but Sergeant is still in full-on BS mode, as there is no written order.
Are you able to witness that I presented Stephen Barry before? That's Stephen Barry there, he's a little bit.
Mr. Stephen Barry, the legal fiction, or birth certificate, is once again produced in court, for and on the record.
For on the record, I place Stephen Barry in front of the court.
Once again, those in the public gallery, by remaining seated, deny the corporate court jurisdiction.
Stephen Barry to identify himself. As lay agent Stephen Barry is present in the court, represented by the legal fiction magistrate for the third. Person, Stephen Barry, that is a legal person, sir. Sir, we do not appear to have responded to the court, so everybody...
The magistrate then asks all those seated in the public gallery to leave, which of course they do not, as it would give the magistrate jurisdiction. The lay advisor asks if we are in contempt. The magistrate then repeats that we should leave the court. This would enable jurisdiction and get us all thrown in the cells. The magistrate then throws in the old contempt of court chestnut, yet they still have no jurisdiction. The magistrates then throw in the towel and abandon the court for the last time.
They've abandoned the court.
The court takes judicial notice that the magistrates have abandoned the court. I am therefore the highest authority in this case, and because the magistrates have abandoned the court, we dismiss the case.
As the magistrates have abandoned the court for the third time and have never had jurisdiction, the lay advisor informs the court he is now the highest authority and leads the lay advisors out of the court. The only jurisdiction in the court was therefore common law, and the police constables honoured their oath. Case dismissed under common law.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you, Constable.
I'm glad all the criminals have been caught in
Oh my word, what an idiot.
The clerk and magistrates failed in all their attempts to get jurisdiction. The legal fiction appeared in court 3 times. The lay advisor remained in control of the court. The magistrates could not make a judgment and threw in the towel. Whilst your associates informed me that you were present in court, it is unfortunate that you did not make yourself known to me or the court. Stephen Barry registered his name on arrival at court and was seen by 14 witnesses. Mr. Stephen Barry, legal fiction summonsed, was presented to the court on 3 occasions. This too was seen by 14 witnesses and also by you watching this film. This makes the counsel, solicitors and magistrates' testimony spurious, and if that's not bad enough, the hearing started at 12:30 as the clerk delayed the case for 2.5 hours. But the liability order was signed at 10 AM before the hearing. Yes, before the hearing. Judgment was passed before the case was even heard. Liability order in respect of council tax. Date 21st of January 2010, 1000 hours, Cumbraen Magistrates Court.